Hello there, it's the coach with you here today, and this is an ultimate challenge. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. So for this challenge, we're in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to go. You lead by a touchdown. Your opponent has the football on their 35-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And still just down one score. We'll see how big of a role that missed field goal plays, because it, of course, could have pushed this to a 2-possession deficit for them. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Murray going to throw. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. And that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 66 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the coach. Up next, another ultimate challenge on EA Sports. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
This challenge begins in the 2nd quarter with 3 minutes to go. We're all tied on the scoreboard at 7 apiece. Your opponent has possession on their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, the Titans will turn it over to their punter since 2009, and that's Brett Kern. This is taken at the 15. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Again, it's Dillon. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Always got some breathing room. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They'll run here with Dillon. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Congratulations on yet another victory. Now, you can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or return to challenges to receive your reward.
The coach here, and welcome to this ultimate challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup. To finish this out, here's Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. This challenge begins in the second quarter with 3 minutes to go. Tie game 7-7. Your opponent has possession on their own 30-yard line. As we get set here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And the Raiders have got him. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
This is taken at the 18. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They run once more with Dillon. Running right through him. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Running left is Dillon. There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any stars on the table.
Hey, folks, it's the coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in Madden Ultimate Team. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
So for this challenge, we're in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to go. We're all tied up at 24. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25, and it's 1st and 10. Ryan. And he'll just get rid of it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. Defensively, mission accomplished. And now with under 3 to go, they may be the last team holding the football.
They may very well be the last team holding the football, unless, of course, you're facing a group that is really aggressive offensively and may want to take a gamble. But theoretically, you've done your job now. You should get the ball back on a punt, but I'd be alert for a fake.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Wide open, Gronkowski. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And again, he'll find Gronkowski complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Here's Jackson. This is caught. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Again, it'll be Dillon. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with what will almost certainly be the game-winning score as the lead is 7 here in the final moments. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. It got his man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, 75 yards. And the Bengals are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. And just like that, another Ultimate Challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory.
Hello there, it's the Coach with you here today, and this is an Ultimate Challenge. Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes remaining. We're all tied on the scoreboard at 7 apiece. You've got the ball on your own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
From the 39, Burrow forced out to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. Touchdown, Bengals. Rob Gronkowski, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Fulk connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Fulk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because
down the numbers. There he goes. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 75 yards. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 14. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Interesting. The Bengals drive about to get going. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Burrow's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, touchdown. Rob Gronkowski with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the challenge again. Otherwise, it's time to move on to the next one.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the coach. Up next, another ultimate challenge on EA Sports. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. Brandon.
We will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're down 7. You've got the ball on your own 25-yard line. As we get set here, 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Rifles one complete into the hands of Gronkowski. Touchdown, Bengals. Rob Gronkowski, 29 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point up and good by Folk. And we are tied at 21. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming into a double team, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. If we hit 3 in a row, because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
They run again with Dillon, and he'll dive forward here to make sure he gets something out of that one, but not much. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon, and he'll dive forward here to make sure he gets something out of that one, but not much. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown. But no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Dillon. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Now Dillon on the inside give. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Dillon. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. But defensively, that's a nice stop there on 3rd down here in the 4th quarter. Now, offensively, kicking the field goal, taking the lead, right?
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Especially since you got stopped on the previous play. But if you've got something you really like, something that you've practiced all week, and you think, hey, this is the time to use it, this is the play, I wouldn't be deterred. I would gamble a little bit and go for it right now.
They'll run for it with Dillon. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Folk connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with what will almost certainly be the game-winning score as the lead is 7 here in the final moments. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits.
The coach here, and welcome to this Ultimate Challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it fourth down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on third. They had more guys than they could block. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Running right, here's Dillon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. .10 our score after 1 on EA Sports. To the right side, this is Dillon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. A give for Dillon running right. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. All tied up at 10, 2 minutes left in the first half. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On the handoff, Dillon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And some space here. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep racking up those wins.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
This challenge begins in the second quarter with 3 minutes to go. You're down 7. Your opponent has possession on their own 30-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. A great return there of 22 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Again, it's Dillon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And some room to maneuver. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Dillon up the middle. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Hello there, it's the Coach with you here today, and this is an Ultimate Challenge. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
Thank you, Coach. So for this challenge, we're in the 4th quarter with 3 minutes to go. You're only down 3 points. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25. 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here with Penny. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He finds his man complete. That's Young. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They'll look to set up his blockers. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson. He'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now Jackson. Open man, Gronkowski complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Rob Gronkowski, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that will make this a 4-point game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's all capped off by a Rob Gronkowski touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So now Locke and the Seahawks down 24-20, 65 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Locke's throw pulled in by Melton. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Now Locke. And his throw is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds. Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right.
Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it. And that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. It's caught at the 10. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Congratulations on yet another victory. Now you can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or return to challenge.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the coach. Up next, another Ultimate Challenge on EA Sports. To finish this out, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. This challenge begins in the second quarter with 3 minutes to go. It's a tie game, 10-10. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25 as we get set here, 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. Third and 2. Lock's going to throw. That's complete to his running back, Dallas. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there. Throwing now is Lock. And a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They run once more with Dillon. And he has the first down as he's able to reach the ball forward and get past the line to gain. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll run here with Dillon. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On the handoff, this is Dillon. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A.J. Dillon punching it in from a yard away. There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any stars on the table.
and welcome into this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
So for this challenge, we're in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to go. You trail by a touchdown. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25, and it's 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So you got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's able to get this one up to his 30. Before he's out of bounds. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Here are the Dolphins now as they're set to go on 1st and 10. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window. Over the middle, and Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part, and sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees, because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Here's the big man Dillon with it. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Dillon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A.J. Dillon taking it in from a yard out. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
The coach here, and welcome to this ultimate challenge. Sit back and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time they were stopped on 4th down. Had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what they're...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Steeler legend Troy Polamalu with a pick. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
That's taken on the 25. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Dillon, they try the left side with him. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. And just like that, another Ultimate Challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment, because you know there's...
Hello, and welcome to this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that'll be complete to Dillon. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Rodgers again now. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, deep.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, an 11-yard touchdown. Well done. You've defeated this Ultimate Challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the challenge again. Otherwise, it's time to move on to the next one.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm the Coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effect.
Touchdown, Packers! Rob Gronkowski, 75 yards. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits as they have taken the lead.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach. Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
Thank you, Coach. So for this challenge, we're in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to go. You're trailing by 4. You've got the ball on your own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. He'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, Rodgers being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. They run again with Dillon. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep racking up those wins. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Soldier Field. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jackson looking to throw right away. Dancing to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Jackson steps away, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Gonzalez. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Gonzalez. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes steps away to his left. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Julian Edelman, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson forced out to his left. That is complete downfield to Gronk. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The offense already on the field here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson's throw caught by Higgins. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the rope.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. John Randall dropping the hammer. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. The quick slant caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And the ball is loose. Dillon lost it. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team. fumble recovered, they still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Now it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And it's going to be...